I am going to do my best not to cuss, okay? So, the reason that I am making this post is that there are too many people that are in this civil rights movement, boycotting, and all this mindset or what have you. I'm gonna just go on and be honest with you. Everything Tabitha Brown said was correct. If you don't shop at the stores, the products that you said you wanted to have in the stores are not going to be there. And chances are they won't ever be there again because you cut off your own nose to spite your face. Now, as a group of people, black folks, why do you think it's your responsibility to fight for diversity, equality, and inclusion when you can see that that's not been benefiting your group of people ever? You can see that. Literally, they changed it and they told you why they changed it, but y'all just can't accept that answer as being the case. So, you mean to tell me it makes perfect sense for people who are not legal residents of the country that they are coming to be able to be fast tracked in the job market with corporations because some government officials or people in a government agency, if you will, tell a corporation to hire those people, even though there are people in that country that are legal citizens who've applied for those positions that can't get them. That's okay. See, what I'm noticing is a trend of silliness, and I'm going to try my best not to cuss. If you do not shop at the stores in your neighborhood or in the vicinity of where you live, and the stores deem that those areas are not profitable to them, they will close down and you won't have stores in your neighborhood. If you don't buy the products that you claim that you want to purchase and have black creators to sell to you in the stores that are providing those right now, if you don't buy those products, the stores will no longer carry them. Black people have exactly what they asked for during civil rights. They did not ask for economic equality. They asked to be able to ride in the front of the bus. They asked to be able to work alongside white people. They asked to be able to eat in stores that were designated for whites only and to shop in those stores and live in those neighborhoods and use those bathrooms. They barely asked to stop the police from beating on them. Barely asked for that. They was more so concerned about being treated like humans and being able to eat in stores and places where they wasn't necessarily wanted, which meant that somebody got tired of not being able to date somebody that was white and they didn't want to get their heads bashed in every time they did. And that's what you're able to do now. You're able to go shop at stores where white people shop at. You're able to live in neighborhoods where white people live. You're able to send your kids to schools that white people go to. Because some kind of way, black people got finagled into believing that the white folks had better things than them. I wonder how that happened. To still fast forward, it's still happening. Now you can tell that these so-called black leaders have been in it for the money because they're not saying anything about the schools and how they stole the tax dollars from the black neighborhood schools because they reneged on the agreement. The people in the white neighborhoods were supposed to send their children to the black neighborhood schools, and the black neighborhood schools children were supposed to go to the white neighborhood schools. They reneged and they got all the tax dollars. They not marching and protesting and thought that they give that money back, but all the neighborhood schools in the black communities are closed down. Why? Because y'all wanted to march and protest to be around people that didn't like you. And now you have the opportunity to do just that, and you still not happy. They didn't ask for economic equality. They asked to be able to be around white people and not get their heads bashed in, which is what you're able to do. Make it make sense. Now, if you actually believe that America is systemically racist against black people, then that means y'all are delusional. You either lying to yourselves or racism don't exist. Because if you actually felt like people were racist against you, then why do y'all behave the way that you do? You wear all the makeup, go out, be half naked, shaking your behinds, doing drugs, being promiscuous, not teaching your kids anything, having babies all over the place, not getting married. You do so many things that's belligerent and not becoming of a race of people, to the point where people are literally stereotyping the whole culture of people based off of one, two, three little pies. If you actually thought that America was racist, y'all wouldn't be eating the way that y'all eat. You wouldn't smoke. You wouldn't do no drugs. You wouldn't be killing each other. Wouldn't nobody from nowhere else be able to convince you anything bad about your culture? It wouldn't happen. Which means that it can't exist because y'all do all of those things. You think everybody cares more about what you think, and they have never done that. Black men literally have shows where they literally talk bad about black women. What black women have shows where they talk bad about black men. And this is content that people are eager to watch. You send your children to schools where you claim that they are teaching them lies about your culture. You claim that the hospitals purposely harm women when they're pregnant. You claim that the hospitals and doctors intentionally misdiagnose black people, men, women, and children. You claim that the food is not healthy for your bodies. You claim that they are not appraising your property properly. You claim that people are giving you prices that are more than what it actually is worth, and such things of that nature. So if you actually believe that, then why you ain't got your own stuff? Why you so interested in having the stuff of other people? Because let's be honest, there were black hospitals that were nice. They were very nice, top of the line black hospitals, owned and operated, and the people that worked inside of those facilities were black. For us, by us, that's what it was. There were a lot of black-owned businesses. A lot. A lot. There were black-owned towns set up and operated by black folks. There were black banks, still are now, some. So what's the disconnect? If you feel like it's racist to the point to where you got to be marching and boycotting stores in 2025, then it's time for y'all to do what the ministers been saying. Not the preachers at the church, I mean the ministers. And y'all know who I'm talking about. Self-sufficiency. They been saying that for the longest. How long y'all gonna march? How long y'all gonna let these juggabugs sit up and convince you that you need to be boycotting and marching? Ooh, Al Sharpton went to Costco with 100 people to sign up for Costco memberships. That would have been absolutely amazing in 1987. But in 2025, it leaves a lot to be desired. Why are we still doing the same tactics for situations that are emerging that you now have to contend with what AI, generative AI and prompts and different things of that nature? You have an entirely different beast to contend with. The algorithms are being coded by people who you are claiming are racist against you. So if that is the case, why are y'all behaving the way that you do? You can't be around nobody that's black if you black and they say that they don't like you. You stop talking to them and everybody they know. And anybody you know, if they talk to that person, then they ain't a friend of yours, they your enemy. And that's how y'all govern yourselves. And I know that this is true because I'm black too. Huh? We like that with each other, but y'all are under the impression y'all behaving the way that they were, like they were under attack. That's why they was boycotting. So you mean to tell me the DEI is only applying to y'all and y'all the only ones that's supposed to boycott and protest? What are you saying in 2025? You will never, as a people, move beyond having to march and protest and bend at the knee to plead and beg for freedoms if you do not stop beating a horse and accept that you have already overcome. You already did what they wanted to accomplish, and they decided that they wanted to accomplish in the 60s was to be around white people without getting their heads bashed in. You're doing that now. That's what they wanted. That's what you got. Because prior to them asking for that, there were black neighborhoods and communities that were thriving. There were black hospitals that were thriving with black nurses and doctors. Huh? How long y'all gonna keep getting played? It's a cult at this point, and anybody that is promoting this cultish mindset consistently over and over again, they are the problem, and they do not want black people to excel at anything. Because you wouldn't tell nobody to boycott stores in their neighborhood knowing that the sales taxes goes to benefit the neighborhood schools and organizations and the potholes and the municipalities and those situations in the community where the people live. Even if the store is in a county over from you, you would still shop at that store because it's closer to where you live. So you may have some shared agencies like a fire department or, I don't know, yard waste service that y'all share, or any number of things, community things that sometimes communities just share stuff. So if they got a store that changed their DEI policies, you know that the people still work at the stores right now. You know that the workers are still working at the stores right now. Right now. So if you boycott the stores and the store ain't making no money, they gonna have to cut their hours. Y'all aren't thinking about this rationally. Y'all are thinking about this like y'all are boycotting some buses that are owned by a white-owned company only, and it ain't hiring no black people. Boycotting stores worked in the 60s and the 50s and all that stuff because it was segregated. It doesn't work now the way that y'all are operating it because everybody is so diverse and people are working at the very stores that look like you, live in your neighborhoods or the vicinity of where you live, but they work at those stores. So if you don't spend money in those stores close down. That's the real talk. You want to close the stores down because they changed policies that companies do change sometimes. Companies change policies all the time. But that's what y'all want to boycott them because of that. Oh, okay. That seems very sensible. It seems very knowledgeable. It seems like the important and most valuable thing for you to do. Cut off your nose to spite your face, as y'all continuously do over and over again. Literally, they were fighting police brutality in the 60s. You still fighting police brutalities in 2024, 2025. Why are you still fighting it? Because people make money off of black people's oppression. That's an industry. Activism is an industry, like slavery was an industry, like the healthcare profession is an industry, like politics is an industry, like I don't know, technology, manufacturing, pharmacy, farming, biologics, all these industries, right? You won't ever succeed as a people if you are constantly under oppression in your mind. Well, they doing this horrible. It's too many people making money off this, man. And they rile y'all up. And when the corporations give them some money or the government give them enough money to rile y'all down, then they calm y'all down, but they ain't did nothing for the community. Y'all got to look at it for what it actually is. Out of all the people that was on that balcony, Malcolm X, the only one that gets, not Malcolm X, excuse me, forgive me, Father. Martin Luther King, the only one get shot in the face. What you mean, man? It was a bunch of people out there with him. Ain't nobody else get grazed or shot in the arm or nothing. Stop playing. Stop playing. Because he wasn't the only one marching and protesting. He was one of the ones. But he wasn't the only one. It was a bunch of people out there with him. So why ain't none of them get shot along with him? I ain't saying they have to die, but I'm saying you got to look at the scheme for what the scheme is. You see what I'm saying? The things ain't adding up and it don't make sense because you had so many other movements happening at the same time. Why all the people that are benefited from the DEI, why they not protesting and being more vocal than y'all black folks? Because y'all been coded with civil rights movement and slavery and all that stuff. And every time anything happening is remotely dealing with civil rights, y'all get the marching and swinging low sweet chariot. How long you gonna do that? If people telling you that you need to keep shopping in stores in your neighborhood, it's because the sales taxes goes to your community. That's why you wouldn't stop shopping at stores in your neighborhood. If you stop shopping at stores in your neighborhood, regardless of what they doing, and you don't have nothing else set up to take the place of that store, where you gonna get the stuff that you use, your essentials from? Where you gonna get those from? Because everybody don't order stuff offline. Some people don't even have the capacity to do that. So you gonna ruin it for them too? Sometimes you gotta think broader than what y'all thinking like. The way that you would protest now is y'all would put in a pot and y'all would just buy the store. It's enough of us to own. It's enough black people in America to own Target. It's enough black people in America to own Walmart. We got enough capital to do that. And if any of these activists or people that love to boycott and protest, the same ones that's chummy with these same corporations, these news media corporations that they claim is racist against people, but they work for these people. They have contracts with these people. So how can they be racist if they got contracts with them? You got to make it make better sense than what it's doing, because it's not making no sense at all. Energetically speaking, it sounds crazy that y'all even letting people rile y'all up. You can't be emotional about this kind of stuff. Not at all. It's just business. And the way business work is it's supply and demand. If the demand is high, they going to keep supplying it. But if the demand is low, they not going to supply none of it. And the chances of you getting it back in the store, which is what Tabitha Brown said, will be slim to none. So that's why you would keep buying the products of the people that you claim that you want to support. Now, if y'all just want to act like y'all want to be some crabs in a bucket because you mad, oh, she done made enough money now, so I don't want to support her. I'm going to go ahead and get on this bandwagon. Then do that. But be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. You just mad because she making money. Now, if you mad because she making money, then be mad because she making money. But don't try to make it seem like it's because of the DEI. Because if you actually want to support black-owned businesses, you would be doing that. So you can't have it both ways. America is either racist or it ain't. And if it's racist, then y'all need to change up everything that you're doing, because that means that you are under attack, and that also means that you have a direct threat. So if you ain't acting like you got a direct threat, which most of y'all are not, you eat whatever, you hang out with whatever, you drink and smoke and get high, you party, you drink, you party some more, you drink, y'all promiscuous, you doing everything under the sun. You ain't studying nothing. You ain't working out. You ain't taking care of your body. You ain't teaching your kids to take care of their body. You overconsume any and everything that can be overconsumed, and you greedy. And you ain't got enough empathy for your own group of people, for other people to have enough empathy for you. So what are you saying? America can't be racist because y'all ain't acting like it's racist. You ain't acting like it. You not acting like it. You not acting like it at all. You behaving like you think everything is okay. So if it's systemic racism and it's against men and women, then why y'all ain't got y'all shit together to be on point with each other already? Why y'all still pointing fingers at each other, talking about you did this, you did that, but you understand that it's systemic racism. They pitted you against each other. They been doing that. Y'all ain't been paying attention to the fact that they pay attention to you. They been doing that. They been using you against each other all of this time, but y'all too busy arguing with who right, who wrong, and who fault it is. It don't matter who fault it is at this point. You just need to focus on the fact that you got somebody focusing on you, that you too busy focusing on each other to focus on who focusing on you. That's the problem. No, we don't want to raise our kids. No, because you've been told that you're supposed to be a dick slinger or a peace slinger or whatever the case. You're supposed to be able to sleep around and do whatever you want. But that's nasty, loves, because you ain't in charge of yourself, right? Just because you a man, you ain't supposed to share yourself with everybody, because everybody don't deserve yourself. That's what you should have been taught. Every woman that you meet don't deserve to lay with you. That's what you should have been taught. Let me say it again for you in the back. Every woman you meet don't deserve to lay with you. Woman, every man you meet don't deserve to lay with you. Let me say it again. Every man you meet don't deserve to lay with you. I'm going to say it one more time. Every man you meet don't deserve to lay with you. But y'all want to escape y'all brains, right? You want to be high all day because you think that's cute. Because somebody that's equivalent to a court jester told you supposed to be high in a song. All right. Okay. You that is easily influenced, obviously, because every time somebody do something that is of popular culture, y'all run out and do the same thing. You got beautiful, natural, lovely hair. They tell you to slap a wig on your head. You slap a wig on your head. You don't know where the hair came from. You don't know where it came from. You don't know who her it is. You don't know what's on it, who, nothing about it. You don't know nothing, but you put it on your head. They tell you to wear fake eyelashes. You wear fake eyelashes, even though it's harmful to your skin. People tell you that all the time because you got little mites that live in your eyelashes. They come out on your face when you sleep because you don't know your body. Okay. You wear fake nails often. Oh, because it's so cute. Everything about you fake. They tell you to make everything about yourself fake. But you sitting up talking about it's racism in America. But you cool with making everything about yourself fake. They tell you to go get a BBL. You go do that to make everything about yourself fake. But the world is racist. America is racist. How? You going to get BBLs. You wearing fake hair, fake eyelashes, makeup, fake nails, all of these things. You can go buy whatever you want to buy. How is the world racist? How is it that you need to boycott stores in your neighborhood when you're literally able to do exactly what they was marching for you to do? They marched so you can ride in the front of the bus. Check, you can do that. They marched for you to be able to go shop in a store, any store that you wanted to, without being yelled at and treated belligerently or verbally assaulted. Check, you can do that. They marched so that you can go to school with people in different parts and regions of the world, of America specifically, and be hunky-dory, merry, and all those things. Check, you can do that. They marched so you can live in neighborhoods that weren't necessarily neighborhoods that you were, I don't want to say your neighborhoods, but live in more diverse neighborhoods, right? Your neighbor could be somebody that ain't of your race. They march so you could do that. Check. They march so you could eat at a lunch counter of a restaurant of people who don't look like you. Check. They march so you wouldn't see no colored only and white only signs. Check. But that wasn't even all over the United States. That was only in certain portions of the United States that was happening. So what are y'all fussing about? What are you arguing about? What are you mad about now? Because you literally boycotting what they marched for you to be able to do. And I'm really trying not to curse because I really want this message to get out here. And it might be long. And I apologize for it. But y'all got to understand how this really look. It look crazy. You got people telling you to boycott and protest, but he ain't telling you to invest in cryptocurrency. He not telling you to invest in stocks. He not telling you, hey, the way that we gonna fix this is we gonna learn how to do some options, okay? Get you a stock brokerage account so we can start doing these options. Who do we know that's really good at options that's Coppertone that can teach all of us how to own these companies through the stock markets because they publicly traded? He ain't telling you to start co-ops. He not saying that. They not saying those things. They telling you to protest, or they're showing that they're in protest mode. So, cause now's the season for them to get that money from the government. It's a new administration in there. We gonna bring the prices of these companies down because that's what they do. It's a hustle, man, and y'all keep getting hustled off of this same nonsense. It's planned. It was a design, and it was planned to be this way. How is it that everybody has been benefiting off of DEI? The more than black people? More than the face of the movement? How is that? How is that even a thing? How are y'all comfortable with accepting that? Like at some point, you just got to be real with yourself at some point. And just know that whatever it is you own, you probably need to stop being on that. Because I keep hearing people say the most crazy, outlandish things. They're like, racism is real. It's really happening. If you actually thought that half the shit excuse me, I apologize. I'm trying not to cuss. Half the stuff that you do, you wouldn't do if you actually thought the world was racist, like y'all proclaiming that it is. And most of the time, I think the problem is the fact that we still identifying each other by a race of people. Sometimes you just don't like white Becky because you don't like white Becky. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't like Asian Melvin because you just don't like Asian Melvin. But because the way the world is set up, you can't like somebody that's a different race because it's going to appear like it's racist. But you genuinely don't like the person. It ain't got nothing to do with everybody else that look like them. You just don't like that one person. No, it ain't that I hate white people. I don't like Becky, specifically Becky Jordan, who is 25, that lives on Ashford Lane or whatever the case. I don't like her. Everybody else is fine because I don't know everybody else. But I don't like that one. Oh, that Asian person? I don't like that Asian person. Melvin Johnson. I don't like him specifically. He is from XYZ country. I don't like him. And he just happens to be Asian. But that don't mean I hate Asian people. It just means I don't like that Asian person. But because they got all this racist, you this race, you that race, you this race, you that race, and we need DEI to make sure that things is going right. So you revert back to 1950, nigga? Stop. We gonna protest. Ooh, and then we gonna go eat some greens. And we gonna go eat some collard greens after we protest and march and sing. We shall overcome. Y'all already overcame. They got exactly what they asked for. They didn't ask for economic equality. They asked for what you got. You just can't accept the fact that they was asking for that. Blame your grandparents. It would be my parents' generation. For me. But blame your grandparents, some of you. Blame them. That's what they asked for this. That's what you got. You not mad because they asked for this. I just want to be able to sit in the front of the bus sometimes. What? I shouldn't have to get up out my seat every time somebody white come along. Why you just don't stop riding the bus? How am I gonna get where I'm going? You ain't got feet and legs? You can't figure something else out to get you. I mean, when you can't ride the bus, you walk. You ride a bike. You get a car. Well, I shouldn't have to do all of that. Oh, okay. Well, riding in the front of the bus is what it is for you. Now, who else? Who else got something? I just want to be able to go eat wherever I want to eat. But okay, you don't know how to cook for yourself? No, I should be able to go in there and spend my money with them and let them feed me. And they supposed to feed me because I supposed to be able to go in there and eat. They supposed to be able to let me do that. It's my right. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, either they were just too immature, emotionally not developed enough, and I could see that, or somebody was scamming. A long time ago, they were scamming. And you can tell that they were scamming. Look at what they was asking to be able to do. Well, you can't be down on them about that. Yeah, you can, because it was black people that had restaurants and businesses. Y'all can't sit up and act like people didn't have black towns then, during this time. Like it wasn't no black businesses. There were black businesses, banks and such, and all kinds of things during this time. So I'm trying to figure out what about the situation made these people ask for these types of things. Well, they wanted to vote too. Okay, yeah, okay, you can throw that in there. All right, go ahead, throw that in there. Okay, that's cool. But how has that helped? Because it doesn't appear that people have been voting properly since they've gotten the right to vote. I'm not going to go in too far into that. But how has these things happened? Anything. Because people, I mean, they get on the bus now and they go to the back of the bus. And I ain't going to even front. The front of us usually be gross, just to be honest with you. The back of the bus usually do not. I don't really go to the back unless it's something going on in the front that prevents me from wanting to sit in the front. Meaning there's somebody up there that's like, I ain't sitting up here in the front with these crazy people. Okay. That's usually what be going on, be some crazy, or the crazy be in the back. They either be in the back or the front. But I sit wherever the crazy ain't if I'm riding the bus. But that's not the point. The point is we have exactly what they asked for, and y'all trying to act like y'all don't. And so boycotting it, y'all just want to be a part of a movement that boycott. You just got to change it up. It don't fit the times that we in. Because now you got a bunch of change.orgs and stuff. Y'all don't even have to too much. I mean, y'all don't really even have to do nothing for real nowadays. All you got to do is do a boycotting. Do you know how much focus you got to have to do that? Just set up a change.org and make them do it right the way that you want it to be done. You ain't even got to be doing all that boycotting. You just hurting yourself. I'm not going to go to Walmart because they decided that they don't want to diversify, equality, and include people. What? You literally have Walmart and Target. Them the main stores. So, what are you talking about? All the little stores is done closed down. Most of them. So you have Walmart and you have Target. What are y'all talking about? Ain't no more grandpas. Ain't no more Kmarts. You know what I'm saying? It was something else. Ventures and stuff like that. Woolworths, all that. Sears. That's gone. So I'm not understanding what y'all talking about. You got Walmart, you got Target, you got Amazon. What what you gonna do? And to be perfectly honest, I like Target more than I like Walmart. Just be honest with you. But I like Target for things that I like Target for, and I like Walmart for things that I like Walmart for. I'm not even gonna front like that. But I'm not gonna not go to Target or not go to Walmart just because y'all talking about y'all need to be protesting. What? The fact that we can go shop with white people, which is what they asked to be able to do, that's what you protesting? You got to call a spade, and that's exactly what it was. They protested so that they could be around white people, and that's what you're able to do now. You're able to be around white people as much or as little as you want. Sorry, other races. Y'all wasn't included in that. Why? Because it's just black and white. Y'all the ones thinking that it ain't. Even though y'all the ones that's been benefiting off of all of these civil rights marches and protestings and things. All the folks that ain't black or white. So if someone tells you that not shopping at a store in your neighborhood is going to hurt you, it is. Not shopping at a store in the vicinity of where you live, it is. That's why it never makes sense to riot and trash and destroy stores in your neighborhood, because the sales taxes from the things that are purchased at those stores in your neighborhood benefit where you live. So if you make the corporations who have the products that people buy and they pay the sales taxes on, if you make them leave where you live or the vicinity of where you live, the services that your community is going to be able to offer are going to dwindle. Y'all need to learn this better than what y'all doing. We just going to protest because Al Sharpton say to do it. I wouldn't trust nothing that anybody that was pumping that, beating that Democratic drum was saying. See, y'all just too focused on front portion of it. Y'all ignoring the obvious and what people were saying because you intentionally doing that because you want to create a narrative that they just trying to be down on black people. Stop. Y'all are able to do everything you want to do. And if you actually thought America was racist, everything that you're doing right now, you wouldn't be doing. You wouldn't. And that's a fact. If you actually thought the schools was mistreating your children, you'd be all up in there trying to figure out why they doing it. If you actually thought they was teaching your kids lies in schools, you would be writing to the book companies trying to figure out why they putting all that information that you know is a lie in those textbooks. I I can't count on none of the hands that I got. I can't count on none of my fingers how many grown-ups that I know that have actually contacted the school, the people who write. They down in Texas. They write them books that they distribute to the schools. I can count on. I can't count on none of my hands how many parents said they actually did that. Besides me, you see what I'm saying? I can't count on none of my hands besides myself that have actually called and find out who and why and what they doing with the testing and all of those things. Why? Because people are lazy. Because they actually believe that the school is supposed to teach their kid everything. But they try to pretend like they not. But they still got this whole half-sided mindset where it's it's just racist right here. If you actually thought it was racist, then why do you be shopping at all the stores you be shopping at? Why do you spend your money with people that don't like you? It's something wrong with you if you think that and if you doing it. You the problem. They not the problem. It's you. It's all of y'all that actually think the world is racist. If you think it's racist the way that you saying it is, you're the problem because you keep feeding your money to people that you say are racist. You can't think of a way to not have to do that. You the problem. Well, why should I have to do it? Again, you the problem. It ain't them. It's you. The reason that they able to just flip-flop and change things around the way that they want is because y'all the problem. You can't have it both ways. You either emotional about slavery, which was an industry, a business industry, or you emotional about black codes and Jim Crow and segregation and police brutality and women's movements and all these things. You emotional about all of that. Huh? But they literally done ruined black families. Intentionally ruined them. Because the black women during the time of the civil rights movement, how, when, where, or why, I don't know how black women during the civil rights movement allowed white women to convince them that they were equal. Well, we the same. No, we not. And we will never be the same. We not. But we're all women. All right? And look what that done got you. Now you're angry with your man. Your man angry with you. And your kids is doing whatever. They so confused. They trying to make all of them think they part of the rainbow community. My God, today. That's what it mean to be a. Well, I have these feelings and I feel like this. The world racist, so you ain't supposed to be feeling nothing, right? I don't understand. You literally doing what they asked you to do. What they asked for, you able to do. They said that they wanted to sit in the front of the bus. They wanted to vote. They wanted to be able to go and shop around and live around and marry and date and have babies with white people. And guess what? You can do that without getting your head bashed in now, openly. In the South, in most places. Not almost. But now you can do that. They overcame what y'all on. But somebody's supposed to lie to you and not tell you the truth about the business. No, we supposed to stand on business because they changed the DEI. They changed the DEI because in droves, immigrants were getting jobs over people who literally are citizens of the United States. I guess y'all ain't never been in a situation where you've seen someone literally applying for job after job after job and they can't get one. That DEI shit is the DEI situation is the reason why. Because the government people that was in places to pressure the companies into hiring who they wanted them to hire, they was doing that. They was pressuring them to hire who they wanted them to hire. And those people who was struggling, looking for jobs, couldn't find them. They couldn't find them because they already had who they wanted to work for those companies in mind. And they pressured those companies to do it. The question now becomes, who are all the companies that allowed themselves to be pressured to hire people based off of what an administration was saying to them? Because there's a lot of people that were struggling hard out there in the world, not able to work and find proper employment based off of their skill sets. We talking about people that had been to college because they were sold this dream. Did y'all forget that during the Biden administration, they said that corporations are no longer requiring bachelor's degrees. Did y'all forget that? Y'all forget that happened? That don't matter. Will we be boycotting? Y'all need to stop being so emotional. Get your emotions in check. That's not how you will boycott the company. If you really trying to get at the company to where you trying to stick it to them, you would buy shares of the company in droves and own the company. You would own so much stock in the company that you trying to get hold of to the point to where they would literally be trying to just be like, hey, we wanna buy our shares back because you got that much authority in their company. That's what you do in 2025 moving forward. That's how you boycott. You boycott by becoming the boss. The boss is boss. Whoever sits on the board of directors run everybody else. And I do mean run everybody else. That's who they tell everybody else what to do. Facts. The board of directors tell everybody else what to do. Even the owners. I'm on the board. I don't care if you own this or not. I'm on the board because I got this amount of shares in your company. And I said that I want to make sure on Fridays that the lights in the store are blue. And they're going to have to do just that. Make the store's lights blue on Fridays. They're going to have to do that. That's how you boycott. Not shopping at the store. That's just going to hurt your community. And it's going to make it difficult for the people that look like you that work at those stores. Well, they just going to have to take an L. No, you going to be the one taking the L. Because you hurting your neighborhood. Sales taxes are paid when people buy things at stores in your community. Huh? Yes. Take a finance class already. Learn business. You living on earth. You buy things. You need to know all about taxes and how it works and how basic business functions. But nobody should be able to just tell you to boycott stores in droves just because of a policy changing. You don't even know how the policy change is going to affect it. They just implemented it. They just implemented the change. You don't know what the change is going to do as far as your culture is concerned. You just mad that they making changes. They're a corporation. They can make whatever changes they want. But they have to make changes that allow them to stay in function with the government that they have contracts with. So if the government say, hey, we getting rid of this DEI, okay, so that means in order for us to keep our government contracts, we're going to have to follow suit with the government. Huh? Boycotting the store is not going to help the store or your community. Y'all need to learn how the government work better. This happens all the time. It's just more vocalized now because of who's in office and who was in office. But y'all was cool with people coming from other countries getting jobs over people that's in America. Did y'all forget that all those people was losing their houses and stuff because they couldn't find work? That was why, right? That was a part of the reason why. Because they was being pressured to hire people that wasn't qualified to do those positions. But then they getting priced out of where they lived. You see what I'm saying? Y'all got to do better. Black people are not we not coded with struggle. And we not going to be covered with struggle because we've already overcome. We have everything that they marched for, everything that they asked for. They did not ask for economic equality. They asked to be able to do everything that you are doing today. And they gave up a lot to do that. So you need to be looking at them people that was asking to be able to do those things and figure out why would they sell themselves up the river? Who told them that that was a good idea? And what did they get paid to do that? Because that's a hell of a scam. We talking about nice black owned and operated, full of black people working, nurses and doctors and such, hospitals all over the place. Huh? Some of the best universities teaching young men and women to become lawyers, doctors and such. What are we doing at this point? Scheming on yourselves? I am under the impression I don't even understand how this concept even came along. I don't look at it from the way that y'all looking at it. I look at it like you have the rejects of inbreds and they descendants. You think that what they do is the best thing to do? Are you listening to what I'm saying? We're talking about the rejects of inbreds. That's who they wanted to be around? Why? Inbreds don't want to be around you. Why would I want to be around you? Oh, that it's colored. All right, that's cool. That's cool. I don't need to be around you. I don't understand this. Like, it don't make sense. It don't make sense at all. We talking about the rejects of inbreds. Most of them slow. What are we doing? Got all kind of health defects and stuff. The rejects of the people with all the health defects, y'all wanted to be around them because of what exactly? What I Stop. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Hey man, I ain't even finna be playing this game. It sounds crazy. It sounds crazy when you say that. When I say it out of my mouth, it sounds crazy. Like literally sounds crazy. But y'all not finna be coming for Tabitha Brown like that. Like for real. Y'all not finna come for her. She was being honest with y'all, and she's the only one that's telling you the truth. But she ain't say, buy. You got to keep buying my product. She just told you what it is. You don't want to cut off your nose to spite your own face, because that's exactly what you'll be doing. I'm going to boycott the store. You just trying to latch hold of a wave of an energy from back in the day because you want to feel like you making a movement. But that don't fit the time that we in now. That's not how you do it. They would just close the store down that's near your neighborhood and put it somewhere else. Or just make it go online completely for that area. They don't even have to have stores in your neighborhood for real nowadays. They can just have everything where you order it. Do you want to be going in physical locations? They already got it to where you can just have stuff dropped off to your car. Y'all not reading the room. You're not reading the room. It's this problem that the black community has so hard. Y'all see the trees, but you don't see nothing else in the forest ever. You don't think no way, shape, form deeper than beyond just the trees. But you know it's mountains in the forest sometimes. It's shrubs and it's different types of grasses. It's animals in the forest. Different types of trees in the forest. Different types of plants in the forest. Birds and waterfalls sometimes, creeks and little lakes and ponds and rivers. It's all kinds of things that live in the forest. But y'all just see some pine trees. Only. Them the only kind of trees you see in the forest. You don't see nothing else. What? How long y'all gonna do that? How long is that gonna be acceptable for black people to do? Because y'all coded, it's like a cult at this point. Anything that seems like it's going against black people, y'all want to just start, we going to protest and boycott. If you don't sit your marching self down, how long you going to march? They've been doing that since the 50s. You still doing that in 2025? Stop. You should be tired of marching. But you have to accept the fact that you got exactly what they asked for. You've been had it for a very long time. But boycotting only hurts your neighborhood. It hurts the vicinities of your neighborhood because of the sales taxes that your purchases are equipping the community with. So if you're not buying nothing, then the sales taxes ain't gonna help your community. That's a better way to say it. So if you gonna just be going in the store to buy something, you may as well buy the black products that's in the store because it's gonna help your community either way. But if you boycott the stores and you don't buy the products, the sales tax dollars not gonna help your community. And when they not making enough money in your area, they will close their store down and you won't have any stores in your area that will make life comfortable for you. That's what they not telling you. The Al Sharptons, he ain't got to worry about that because he probably don't even shop at Target. He probably don't even shop at Walmart either. But you that shops at Walmart or Target, why are you listening to people that probably don't even shop at these stores? Probably have never shopped at these stores. I shop at these stores. But I shop at Target for one set of things and I shop at Walmart for a set of things. Like different things for different stores because they have different things that I like at each store. But I shop at both. Am I going to stop shopping at Walmart because of the DEI? No, I'm not. Because when I go to my Walmart, I see a lot of people that look like me working in there. A lot. I see a lot of women. I see a lot of older adults working in there. So no, I'm not going to stop shopping there because a policy changed. Same thing for Target. Target hires a lot of people that's on that are living with disabilities. No, I'm not going to stop shopping there. I'm not. I'm not going to boycott the fact that I know that when I go to my Target in my area, I see people that are living with disabilities working in there. I'm not going to ruin their opportunity to make some money because I'm in my feelings because somebody changed their policy. Companies change policies all the time. But I didn't see y'all protesting when they were saying that you had to call somebody by their pronouns. I ain't see y'all boycotting stores then. I didn't see y'all boycotting stores when they was telling you women that men can go in the bathrooms with little girls and women and whatever, even on their cycles, because they feel like they a woman on the inside. I ain't see y'all boycotting that. I ain't see y'all stop shopping at the stores because of that. But you gonna stop shopping at the store because they changing their policy. Oh, okay. That don't do nothing but hurt your neighborhood or where you live, in the vicinity of where you live, and the people that look like you that work at them stores. That's all it hurt. And the other people that work at the store. Because if the store not making enough income to justify being open, they just gonna close it down. And then you ain't gonna have no store in your neighborhood. That shouldn't even have to be explained. Case in point, like when y'all would riot and tear up your neighborhood because some shit happened to somebody, you ruin your entire neighborhood because y'all mad. And then the stores go away from your neighborhood, which ruins your community that you live in, that you gotta look at every freaking day. That makes so much sense. When you could have literally, like, okay, I see what they doing. This what we gonna do. We're going to set up a LLC or a S corporation, and we gonna put all this money that we raise into this corporation for our neighborhood community. We ain't gonna take none of it out. Don't ask for none of it, but we gonna be on the board of directors for this company. We're going to invest in some options and buy this company's stock. And we're going to make it go up or make it go down, but we're going to make it do something. Y'all ain't doing that. But you can now because you done already overcome. Now it's not the time to be boycotting. You don't know what's finna happen. Y'all just assuming because people happy that things are appearing to be bad is happening. And you just gotta look at it like this. They just bitter. Cause who's happy that bad things are happening to people? They scammed on the people from South America and had them to come here. So that means that those countries got some money off of these people coming here. Okay? Because they losing citizens. That ain't going that means that's income for their country. So they would have had to have gotten some money. If you looking at it dimensionally. So they came, the prices got rose up so that the economy could keep floating on the back end, because you are in the meetings and you don't get to hear all the discussions. But if you do a timeline of the events, you can figure out what's going on by yourself. You just got to do a timeline. So a busing company got bailed out during this whole situation. Somebody's hotels got bailed out during this situation. Some airplane companies and some banks, whoever was presenting the cards to the people from South America, they got bailed out during this time in the Caribbean, because it wasn't just South America, right? So that's what was going on. Y'all didn't protest any of that. You didn't protest the fact that people in the country, literally the weed market in California is done. No one's upset about that. But people used hella money to get that stuff set up. It's done. They done oversaturated the market with it and ruined a lot of people's businesses in the process. Nobody's upset about that. Okay. But you upset about this. This is really upsetting. Oh my God, they changed the DEI. From what to what? Well, you don't know exactly what the changes are going to affect. You can tell what was happening. You messed up, or they messed up when they started doing that stuff with the kids. One thing about Americans, you can't mess with children. You just can't. And if you under the impression that the concept being in one location wouldn't affect all locations, then you part of the problem. And you need to do better. The children thing, but not just the children concept. It's more so the concept of someone being born one thing, going in the bathroom for somebody else, and then it being a little girl in there. See, there are people that know little girls go through certain things during their times, their life. And I ain't gonna even hold you. People that are particular, that's what I like to call them, they be acting real shady for no reason. And somebody that feel that way, they would say something to the little girl if she was on her cycle. They wouldn't even say it directly to her, but they would say something that would try to make her feel some kind of way about herself in the bathroom, for sure. Because they do that. Because they insecure with themselves. They do that a lot, even though they try to act like they not. Because it's when I see anybody that is particular, it's always they got a issue with some woman. Women just don't da 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 da. They just got a whole slippery slope of things that women doing. Nobody wants to share their bathrooms. It would just make sense to make a bathroom for them specifically. And nobody should have to share their bathroom to make somebody feel good about themselves. Especially nowadays, because you got them little containers you can carry around with you if you just want to be able to relieve yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's so many different options available at this point in time. Like, you don't even have to really use a bathroom in a closed-in area, because there's so much stuff that you can just carry around and keep in your car and just be like, you know what? I can go to the bathroom whenever I want. I don't even have to use your facilities. I mean, for real. And sit up and actually wash your hands afterwards, like with real water and soap, not sanitizer. But that's another discussion. Just do better, y'all. I'm trying to get this out so I can say it without using profanity. But it made me I was so angry because I said I know these N-words is not swing low and sweet chariot. This is not the Underground Railroad, okay? Harriet Tubman is not her, y'all. And y'all letting Al Sharpton talk y'all into this nonsense. He just got out of some nonsense. Why are you listening to him? He just trying to get some money. He gonna get y'all riled up. They gonna cut him a check and he gonna calm y'all down. But you ain't gonna get none of that money. Oh my God. You ain't gonna get none of that money. He gonna have it. My God, today. Whew, you can tell it. Listen, activists, y'all gonna have to find a new energy, because this ain't gonna work. Because my God, today, I am not gonna stand for people that look like me still doing the same concepts that people was doing in the 1950s. Everybody that I know that was born in 1948 is dead. There is no way that we gonna be doing the things that people that was born in the 1948 was doing that I know that's dead in 2025. Get yourself together. If you boycott stores in your neighborhood, you are hurting your neighborhood. You boycott by owning the company. Well, how we gonna do that? You gonna buy shares in the company. Pitch in with your neighborhood folks. Buy the shares in the company. You find something that the company uses and you make it something that y'all offer that makes y'all more beneficial to them than they are to you. That's how you own the company. Use your noggins. You got to do something better than just protesting and boycotting. Y'all just trying to get on that way because it seemed like it was just the most happening time, but it really ain't. Look at what they asked for. They asked to be able to walk around and be around white people without being bashed upside the head. Ooh. Ooh, I want to be able to walk around white people. If you don't stop, get out of my face. For real, just get out of my face. If somebody had said that, if I in the 1963, oh, I couldn't have been around. Cause as soon as we want to ride in the front of the bus, girl, shut up. Okay, just shut up. I just didn't feel like moving. I was tired. Girl, shut up. Nobody cares. Nobody cares you had an attitude today. Okay? And it sound how it sound. So, y'all steady riding that way. They was beat by dogs and water hose and beat by this and that and the other and whoop the whoop the whoop. Yeah, and a lot of y'all was whores and pimps and slingers and dingers and all kinds of things. Womanizers, menizers, lies, gamblers, stealers, thieves, murderers, crooks, drug dealers, and addicts. Yet and still, y'all thought that the best things to ask for was to be around white people. Well, that wasn't all. That just about sums it up. You didn't ask for anything that was going to be beneficial to nobody, for real, because being around white people ain't necessarily beneficial to black people. It helps white people that black people are around them. That ain't helping us. They ciphering our energy. That's not helping us. It helps them. It helps everybody that we be around, actually, because they do be ciphering off your energy. If you pay attention to that kind of thing. But the bottom line is, it ain't help us in any capacity. You can go to service. I mean, if we wasn't shopping at them stores that we able to shop at now, our communities would be way further advanced than they were now. We used to have hospitals, y'all, that were the best hospitals. Huh? So we would definitely be further than we are now. For sure. Hey, probably so much so that we probably own half the United States, if not most of it. Now. That just seems like the truth. Mugs literally own towns. How do you think that they did that? That's a part of our DNA. You don't think we know how to do that? All you gotta do is tap into that. Y'all just be afraid to do stuff because y'all are, I don't know what y'all is. It's like I don't understand it. I don't understand it, but I'm gonna tell you like this. There's no way that y'all think that America is racist, because if you did, you wouldn't be behaving the way that you do. At all. If you actually thought it was racist, oh hell no. Wouldn't nobody be able to lock nobody black up for nothing. Not nothing. Not a thing. Not nothing. Wouldn't no black women be walking around half naked? Not at all. Men and women would be getting along perfectly well, and the children would be on point. Wouldn't nobody be able to program the kids? All of those things would apply. Everybody's health would be optimal, and we would all be looking out for each other all the time, all day long, if you actually believed there was racism going on. I'm under the impression that you don't believe it, because y'all behavior don't fit that you do. It doesn't, because the ancestors, they knew it was racism going on, and that's why they didn't mess with nobody. Y'all be all up in y'all be all up in people's faces. So I don't understand how you think it's racism. You can't have it both ways. Two things can happen at the same time, but I'm sure for a fact that it ain't nothing racist going on because y'all don't behave like that. The schools ain't lying on your kids because you still send your kids there. Now, either you just don't want to have children or you don't care about your children. You don't care about them. If you cool with the schools lying to them, I ain't see nobody protesting that though. But y'all protesting this DEI. Y'all not protesting the lies that the schools teach, but you protesting the DEI. Okay, that makes sense. Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. Not really, but it does, I guess. But not really.